Hi, my name's Dr. Rachel Stirrup and welcome to EcoCurious. During my PhD, my research looked at how microbes interact with the environment and with each other to form the basis of our geochemical systems, like the carbon cycle or the nitrogen cycle. And while I was in the lab, I got to see people doing all sorts of cutting-edge environmental research, but I often wondered how it would become applicable in the real world. Sometimes I thought, what good is spending all this money researching something about the environment if it never gets to make a real-world impact? Does it end up just being nice to know? Now, don't get me wrong, basic environmental research is insanely important, especially when it comes to understanding how the planet works. But what I really want to know is, how are people actually applying all of this hard-won scientific knowledge to deal with the environmental crisis? What are scientists, entrepreneurs, and policymakers doing to directly improve the impact that humans have on the planet? For example, who are the leading companies tackling climate change, and does the technology even work? Can technology even be a solution to the climate crisis? So that's why I've created this channel. So often during scientific research, you get focused on this one tiny problem that's part of this one tiny area of science, and you lose the big picture. Many times my frustration in my own research was because I couldn't see how my work fit into everything else and how it even made a difference. So for me, the main focus of this channel is putting science in context. I want to share the things I learn, but more importantly, I want to share why they're relevant and why we should care. Climate anxiety is rife among young people, with almost 60% of 16 to 25-year-olds reporting that they're very worried about climate change. I myself have occasionally fallen into apathy and nihilism about the state of the planet, but I think that hopelessness is a guarantee of failure. Hopelessness lets us say, what's the point, we're all doomed anyway. Instead, my aim is to learn for my own benefit and to share with others that there are ways forward, that we are able to create new solutions and improve current ones. I'm curious about all sorts of things, like how can we make incentives for green solutions in an economy that values profit above all else? Could we use algae to absorb carbon dioxide in huge quantities so that we can remove it from our atmosphere? And is it possible to engineer microbes to eat all of our plastic? Or even, how can we sustainably feed and house a growing global population? These are the kind of things I want to understand and hopefully make it easier for others to understand too. Just to add, I will absolutely not be debating the existence of climate change. That ship sailed decades ago, and I don't want to give any more publicity to climate change deniers by discussing any of their claims. There's an overwhelming amount of scientific evidence that shows that greenhouse gases released by humans are the main cause of the warming on our planet, and I don't think it's productive or proactive to debate it anymore. Instead, I'd like to bring awareness to how people can tackle disinformation and show you how to sort out the facts from the fake news. So if all this sounds interesting to you, why not subscribe to EcoCurious? Hopefully we can learn a thing or two and feel more optimistic about the future. See you soon! I also just want to give a shout out to the University of Warwick Student Enterprise Fund. They helped out with the funding for this project during my PhD, and without them I wouldn't have the proper tools to make these videos, so big thanks to them.